Hey friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guy Productions. It is the moment you guys have all been waiting for this year. Today is the first night that I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights for this season, which this event started last week, but I couldn't make it to opening week like I have in previous years because I was working. So this is the first week that I'm able to go, and of course you guys see this is my Horror Night shirt. This is from last year. This is all the original houses, but we got 10 new haunted houses, 5 new scare zones, a refurbished version of Nightmare Fuel. I think they changed it a little bit compared to what we've seen in previous years, but it's going to be a great time. Depending on crowds, it might even be a 2-day video, so we're going to try to get all the houses in this one video here. If it's 2 days, it's 2 days, because you'll probably see me in a different shirt because the Ravens are playing the next day. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started with this evening. First things first, over here at Red Coconut Club, or as now I should say, the Dead Coconut Club. I'm not sure if it's open just yet, but I guess the theming is take a bite out of the 80s. So it's themed to the 80s, and I wonder if we could even enter right now, actually. The event starts in about 45 minutes, but I do have a little meeting, so I'm probably not gonna be able to make it until maybe like 7:30, but oh, it is open, so we can go ahead and walk in, kind of check it out, see what's up with this place. Let's go ahead and do it. So I've never been in the Red Coconut Club before, but over here you can kind of see it. You got a little bar over here. You've got photo ops, you've got lights over here. You've got some theming over here. I guess it is themed to the 80s, which is nice. And then the bar, it's gonna be right over here. And they also have got some arcade games, which is nice. The game's out of order, no! And apparently there's a second floor. I guess this is the Blumhouse. Wow, I didn't even notice this was a thing, honestly. So, we got a second floor over here. I love the lighting, by the way. Love the lighting. I guess this just takes you up, and you get a nice view of the Coconut Club. I guess it's just like another bar and stuff. So yeah, really, really nice place over here. Honestly, I gotta start hanging out here more often. I guess you got the Perch here. And Megan right over here. I still need to watch the movie, but that's a nice life-size figure of Megan. And apparently they have her in a scare zone this year, which is really nice. So we'll definitely check that out this evening. All right, my stupid self decided to forget to film the medallion, but here it is right here. It's pretty much the same. I'm just excited because this is my first night here for this year. You see Rip Ride Rocket about to go down its big drop right there. I'm not sure if we're gonna ride that tonight because I'm trying to focus on the houses, but there's practically no line to get into Horror Nights right now. It's pretty much slow, so I'm not sure if it's the best time to go on a weeknight or whatnot, but hopefully this should be a good night. Hearing the sound of chainsaws tells me that we are back to spooky season. This feels good. Seeing all the guys in chainsaws. I'm not sure what has to do here. Over here, this is where they have Blood Moon last year. This is Monstrous. Monsters of Latin America. This has a 45-minute wait right now, which isn't too bad. I'm not sure if one of the houses that normally has a faster queue, because some of them are slower, some of them are faster. You never know. So everyone has been telling me to do the Insidious house first, because apparently that one's like the scariest house. And apparently one of the scariest houses of all time, according to most Horror Nights veterans. And so, for me, who's been going to Horror Nights for the last 10 years, I'm curious to see how terrifying it actually is. Okay, made it into the queue line for Insidious. It'll be my first house for this season, and this is where Dueling Dragons was last year, and that's the one I pretty much did the most last year, so we'll see which is the one that I do the most this year, but everyone's telling me this is the scariest house. And I got the timer set. The wait time is posted at 35, which isn't too bad, even especially considering that this is the beginning of the year, which I normally think does get pretty crowded. But yeah, but it looks like the line around over here from what I can see, so definitely have to wait in a bit of a queue, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, just in Insidious, first house of this year, and wait time, it only took about 22 minutes, which wasn't bad at all. It's considering that one usually gets one of the longer lines during this season, but yeah, those people are not joking. That's definitely one of the scariest houses of the year, or just of all time. Like, I haven't experienced any of the other houses this year, but that was terrifying, not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't like scared or anything like that, but like But for someone who, like, if you have claustrophobia, for example, avoid that house at all costs. I don't really have claustrophobia, but I know a lot of my friends do, and they say that house gave them complete nightmares. So, but that's a great way to start this year. Starting off Horror Nights on a high note. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a quiet place next, but I did run into a couple of friends, Caleb and Andrew, who I've done houses with them in years past. But yeah, they have a guest assistance pass, so we're gonna go and do a quiet place, and they're telling me something about this house. So apparently, is it true you have to stay quiet?
It is very quiet in there.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this house is. Over by the Rip Ride Rocket, which last year this was the home to Exorcist last year. So yeah, already starting off with two of the most popular houses of the night. So I think starting off pretty strong. All right, just did Quiet Place, and that was an interesting haunted house. What'd you guys think?
Wow.
Yeah, the best part about it, without any spoilers, the set. The set is phenomenal. Probably one of the best sets that I've seen in any haunted house. Probably would rival with what was that one? Dead Man's Board from a couple of years ago. So good. All right, we're about to do Monstros next, which only has a 10-minute standby. So if it's only 10 minutes, we gotta go ahead and do this. And it's starting to drizzle a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but like for example, the Rip Ride Rocket is shut down, but they can't run that in the rain, so yeah. But it's not like crazy, not like the one time I came here with my friend Carrick from Coaster Hour, who had never been to Horror Nights. So it's not like that crazy, but it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a drizzle, but it's not to the point where you need like a poncho or anything, just a small drizzle. So this queue space is what was used last year for Blood Moon, which I think had probably a set of the year last year. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, it did have a great set last year, especially how dark it was. But hopefully it's not too bad. Again, we're express queue because he has his, I guess, assistance pass. So, but yeah. So which one's your favorite house of the year, like overall?
Overall, Slaughter Cinema.
Slaughter Cinema. I'm excited for that one. What about you, Andrew?
Right now, I think I gotta go Slaughter Cinema.
Slaughter Cinema?
Yeah, I think.
All right. I'm excited to do that one later. All right, just did, what was it, Monstros?
Yeah.
Latin Monsters of America, whatever the heck that was. That was crazy. He said that was probably one of the best runs he's had on it, though.
The best.
And so yeah, I got a good run through on that one, but I liked the scares in that one were good. And some of those set pieces, like some of those animatronics too, phenomenal. I'm not trying to go into too much detail because I know it's still kind of like the first thing, so I want you guys to come in and see it for yourself. But that was pretty good. All right, so we're going to check out the tribute store. So yeah, this is new. I haven't seen the tribute store yet. I guess it's already under construction right now. But we'll go ahead and walk in over here. Have you guys seen this yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys have already seen it. They got ice creams, toilet paper. There's a big line here. But we're gonna do Ghostbusters next, so excited for that one. And right now, unfortunately, right now the scare zones are real. They don't have any scare actors out there because it's raining, but it's barely a slight drizzle. So I think pretty soon they're going to come back out, scare some people. So even if we can't get into any of the scare zones tonight, you know, we'll still come back another time. We got the pass, so we come here as many times as I want. Over here, you got Ghostbusters merch, Ghostbusters socks, Ghostbusters shirts. And then I guess you go through this. Oh, it's in 3D. It's raining, kind of like what it is right now, except probably that's way more than what actually is outside right now. HHN, oh, I love that view. That's nice. And oh, I love the lighting here. This is cool. Then I guess this is the final room for the tribute store. I kind of feel like you're in an underwater sewage area, you could say. Looks really nice in here. I like the lighting design. Oh, you got a Blumhouse shirt. That's nice. With the Megans we saw earlier at Dead Coconut Club. And here's that final room. This is where you go ahead and check out your stuff if you want to get some baked goods. Right over here, oh, they got Chucky. No way, they don't have a Chucky house this year. Thank the Lord, because that house was stupid last year. But and over here, you got the Bat. Overall, pretty good tribute store. All right, who are you gonna call? We're doing Ghostbusters next. This is another one of those very popular houses this year. Apparently this one does get a pretty long queue, so yeah, this is a good one to go ahead and do right now. Again, he's got the time, so we're gonna go ahead and hit up Ghostbusters next. Standby is 55 though, which isn't too bad. This was where Stranger Things was last year, and that had one of the longest lines of the year. So yeah, let's go ahead and do Ghostbusters. All right, just went ahead and did Ghostbusters. That one, probably the weakest one so far, but overall, that was a great house. It's just like the movie. I've seen, that's the only one I've seen here. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Pretty good house. Yeah, I like the sets, the effects are great. Yeah, overall, not bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock down some of these houses in the back here. We'll come back to Triplets of Terror later. Wait times aren't even that bad over here, but I just want to get some of these houses knocked down. So this is called the Torture Fair. This is one of the scare zones here over by Revenge of the Mummy, which is really nice. Yeah, here you are. Looks pretty good up here. It doesn't really look like anything to shout at, but looks pretty good. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're sacrificing humans. That means I better get the heck out of here before I get sacrificed. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do the Major Sweets Candy Factory house. And what's funny is that Fast and Furious Supercharged is temporarily closed right now, but it's because for Halloween Horror Nights. But honestly, if they keep this ride closed permanently past Horror Nights, I ain't complaining. Fast and Furious is such a dumb ride, but hey, 45 minutes, this isn't too bad, so let's go ahead and do it. We'll time it, of course, as usual. Let's go ahead and do it. What's funny is that they literally like have the TV frozen. This is kind of like the pre-show for Fast and Furious Supercharged. I just think it's hilarious how like it's paused, but they don't have it playing. It's a little funny. All right, I just did Major Sweets, and this is gonna be a bit of an unpopular opinion. I think that house is super overrated. I mean, it smells good, but I think I had a really bad run through because I was missing all the scares. I mean, I got some, and I can see why some people like it, but yeah, probably the weakest one of the night so far. All right, made it over to the Blumhouse Scare Zone. Oh, this is awesome. You can see Black Phone right there, and then you've got the Megans. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of great photo ops here. Here's another look at the Blumhouse Scare Zone. Got more scare actors over here. Not a lot of action going on from what I can tell, but I do like how they have paying tribute to the Black Phone and Megan, which is nice. Okay, looking at these wait times, Goblin's Feast is 35, Monsters is 45. Let's go ahead and do Goblin's Feast next. I didn't realize that this was like a whole different section in itself, so I think these are the new tents. Because I was thinking they would have one of the houses over there, but I heard they have been using some new sound stages, which is nice. It is nice. But yeah, they're about to have a show let out for Nightmare Fuel, so we gotta rush over because, yeah, it's gonna get crowded fast. So on our way to Goblin's Feast and Monsters. This is a bit of a weird setup. So this is they normally would have this as queue space for one of the houses. Last year this was used for Dr. Oddfellows, but this is just a regular pathway that leads you to each house. I'm not sure which one is which. They got portable bathrooms over there, but I guess we'll find out in just a minute because I know they do have a couple new stage areas for the houses. Between the two houses, Goblin's Feast and Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, we're gonna do Goblin's Feast first. The line for Goblin's Feast really doesn't look too bad. It's really just a couple switchbacks, then you're up there. So the line doesn't look too bad for it, but I think it is gonna pick up in a bit with the Nightmare Fuel show coming out. All right, that took about maybe 24 minutes. Not bad at all, but I'll let you guys know what I think of Goblin's Feast when I finish with it. All right, just did Goblin's Feast, and I just want to say that straight up. Like, if you don't want spoilers, just mute this part, but that is literally, if Star Wars was in the afterlife, I think Yoda might be dead in the house. Just straight up, I think Yoda is dead. I'm sorry, Yoda. Oh, make sure to use the Force. This house is a 60-minute wait, but I don't feel like walking back and forth, so let's go ahead and get in line for this one. You know, 60 minutes, it might be shorter, you never know. The line doesn't look that bad, so I don't think it's actually 60 minutes, but let's go ahead and find out. Keep in mind the time is right now 10:28, and pretty much this is all we have to wait through. So I think it's shorter than 60 minutes. I'm predicting maybe a 30-minute wait. We'll just have to wait and see. 60 minutes? More like 21 minutes. Let's go ahead and do Monsters Eternal Bloodline. All right, just finished with Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, and that one was pretty good. Without going into too much spoilers, that one's got a nice, it's got a nice set. I did like some of the scares, and overall, pretty good house, pretty good house. I'm not sure if it's as good as some of the Monsters house from previous years, but again, I'll just have to think about it. I think it might be better than the one from last year, although the one last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember which year it was. I liked how it was different each time with one of them winning. It might have been 2 years ago, again, I could be wrong, but yeah, this one was pretty good. Ah, the line jumped for Slaughter Cinema 2. Right now it has a 45-minute wait, which isn't terrible by any means, but man, it said like 35 earlier, so I'm like, oh, I gotta rush over, but we'll see if it's actually 45 or if it's shorter. All right, interesting story. So one of the team members gave me this lanyard over here, and I know that Disney has done this in the past where they'll give out like red cards to measure the wait times. So yeah, this is a little new, so I guess I'm measuring the wait time for Slaughter Cinema 2. They just told me to give this to the attendant at the entrance for the attraction, so, you know, we'll go ahead and do it. All right, that wait time took about 28 minutes, so not too bad, about accurate. It is 11:31 right now, but I gotta say goodbye to the drip pass, the wait time pass, whatever the heck this is. I gotta return it to the team member up there, but I'll let you guys know what I think of the house when I'm finished with it. All right, just at Slaughter Cinema 2. That one was awesome, honestly. Now, I don't remember much from the first Slaughter Cinema, which was in 2018, if I remember correctly, either 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2018. But overall, I really liked the variety of movies they had in there, and there's some pretty crazy animatronics. One of them almost made me pee myself. It was just so funny. Yeah, that's another one of those houses. I think it's one of those comical houses that's just really funny. All right, this area is definitely emptied out since I was last in the area, but I do think they did let another show out from Nightmare Fuel. But I was looking at the wait times. I was looking at the queue for the museum house, and there's practically nobody there, so we have to do the museum house next. Museum of Deadly Exhibits, I think is what it is. So yeah, we're only 2 houses away from finishing all of them in one night. Pretty impressive. Yeah, for the Museum Deadly Exhibits, it says 25, but there's no line. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello.
You're in the middle of a vlog.
I'm in a vlog?
It's Nick Chandler, friends.
I haven't met this one yet. About to do it.
Yeah, we're about to do it. There's no line right now.
Good job. Enjoy.
Yeah, you guys want to go and do it?
We're gonna do the express side.
Ah.
But, you know.
It was nice seeing you, Nick.
You too.
What's interesting with the line for a museum is that they are using the queue line for the Simpsons ride. They used to have this ride open at Horror Nights back in the day, but not this year. They only have 4 attractions that are open, which are Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, Revenge of the Mummy, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and Men in Black Alien Attack. But tonight I've just focused on the houses, and future nights for Horror Nights I'll definitely have to squeeze in some rides here and there, especially on Men in Black, which is usually a tradition for me, and Rip Ride Rocket, which for some reason I always end up marathoning during Horror Nights. And here's the facade for museum, and it looks pretty good. Last year, this is where they had, I can't remember what house they had over here last year, but this is where Dr. Steel was last year, now I remember. But I'll talk to you guys when I think of the house when we're done with it. All right, just finished up with Museum's Deadly Exhibits, and that is just a pure old school haunted house where there's just scares that are just coming up all over the place, and it's just so confusing to comprehend. Great house, and I like the sets too. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but that was great. Like, that is probably the one house where I would call a classic. Now, I do remember back in the old days when they used to have the chainsaws over here. Like, they would have a bunch of guys with chainsaws just chasing everyone around. Those were the good old days. It is a little strange, though, that they're not using this area for Horror Nights this year. I mean, last year this area was all under construction, but they did use some of the queue space from E.T. Adventure for Monsters last year, but yeah, normally they feel like back in the day they would do it over by well, it used to be Woodpeckers back in the day, but yeah, so since I guess they changed it to DreamWorks, I guess they don't want to use this area anymore, which I understand, but I'm like, ah, man. And nobody's in line for pizza fries. I know, like, I've been spending a lot, but like, I need pizza fries. It is a Horror Nights tradition. All right, here we are. Got me some pizza fries. It's got fries, cheese, pepperoni, sausage. The same thing every year, but gotta have some pizza fries. All right, it's hard to see, but let's see how good these pizza fries are this go around. That is the taste of spooky season returning. 10 out of 10. All right, made it to one of the other scare zones over here. It's not very crowded over here, but this one's always mysterious. Oh my gosh! Ah! Yeah, that was pretty good. Whoa! Well, that one's pretty nice. And you've got the iconic Mel's Die-In sign. A true Horror Nights classic. And this is gonna be our final scare zone for the evening over in Hollywood. Got a bunch of monsters over here. Oh my god. Hello? This one goes crazy though, bro. Holy crap. All right, we made it to our final house for the night. Made it back to the front for Triplets of Terror. This house is right by Insidious, which is the house that I started with. So, yeah, great way to end off where I started, even though this is not the house that I started at. But it says 25, but let's see how long it actually is. Oh, looks like this house might be a walk-on. Nice. Great way to finish off all 10 houses in one night. All right, just finished up with my final house, Triplets of Terror. And that one, I'm not gonna lie, was a little short, but the scares were pretty good in that one. That's all I'm gonna say. And I was thinking that one's gonna be like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not like Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, but I've done all 10 houses. So at the end of the night, I'm gonna go ahead and give my final rankings. But right now, it's 12:18. The next Nightmare Fuel show, or the final one for the night, is at 12:30. Let's see if I can make it. I'm gonna have to like speed walk all the way to the other side of the park just to get to Nightmare Fuel. Oh, this is gonna be fun and exciting. All right, I'm outside. It's 12:18 right now. Oh man, I gotta get through there as fast as possible. I gotta start speed walking. Let's do this. All right, just made it to Nightmare Fuel. It is, said I was doing a run. I'm not running, I was speed walking. It's like 12:22 right now, but we made it. Man, all the way from Triplets of Terror all the way to Nightmare Fuel. Whew. I am, yes sir, yes sir. So what's up, Theme Park Guy Productions? All right, I'm likely not gonna be able to film the show, but I will definitely let you guys know how the show is, like I usually do every year. All right, now it is absolutely pouring again for like the 4th time tonight. But yeah, this is a great year for Nightmare Fuel, if I have to be honest with you. And unlike previous years, this one is actually different. So like the theme is that you were kind of in a sleep and it was kind of a nightmare. This time it's more of like a circus theme. It's a little interesting, but you know, it works. It still has amazing Nightmare Fuel music. And yeah, overall, great year for Nightmare Fuel. Now, since I have an hour left, I've got some time, let's go ahead on some rides. All right, since Men in Black is here and the wait time is only 10 minutes, let's go ahead and grab in a ride on Men in Black Alien Attack. Who knows, maybe I'll max out this time. I might have not maxed out today, but you know why. That Galaxy Defender. And with all the rain and the fact that it's almost the end of the event, there's pretty much no more scare actors out here in the scare zones. Oh, that sucks. All right, this is a bit of a first. So as I get out of Insidious, it's starting just downpouring. Yeah, not expecting this at all from Horror Nights, but yeah, was not expecting a thunderstorm at 2 a.m. So we gotta book it out of there. But I will give you guys my rankings of the houses in just a moment. Also, on a side note, but football is back. Let's go. All right, like I promised earlier, here are my rankings of the houses. I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just gonna say it straight up. 10th place is gonna be Major Suites. 9th place, Ghostbusters. 8th place, I believe, was Goblin's Feast. 7, Triplets of Terror. 6th place was Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines. 5th place was Museum, Deadly Exhibits. 4th place, I have A Quiet Place. 3rd place, I have Monstros. 2nd place, Slaughter Cinema 2. And top, Insidious. Probably tops all by far. That probably is one of the greatest houses I've ever experienced. It's just so terrifying to the point. It's just that good. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. Overall, tonight was a huge success. This is probably, I mean, I know it's not opening night or anything like that, but this easily has to be probably the most successful first visit that I've ever had for a season here at Halloween Horror Nights. In one night, I got to do pretty much every haunted house, got to see Nightmare Fuel, walk through all the scare zones before it got rained out. So I consider tonight a huge, huge win, and I'm excited for many more visits this season. I did get the pass again this year, so you'll see a lot more Horror Nights videos. But without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future if you enjoy this one. And don't forget to check out Theme Park Guy Productions as well on all social media platforms. Linktree is going to be in the description below. I better get out of here before I get struck by a lightning rod. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, you're clear for dispatch.